Okay, so I'm recording this in advance because the company I'm currently driving for, if they saw it, they would screw me over pretty badly. So, um, not that they haven't already done that, but the company I've been driving for since about October has been Western Flyer Express out of Oklahoma City. And I'm making okay money with them. But the problem isn't the money. It's the mentality of the company, and it's the way they treat us drivers. Um, they lied to me during the recruitment process, which is pretty much strike one. I was talking with the recruiter, and you know, one of the selling points she had for me was that they have a really good pet policy. And as you may know, if you've been following my channel for a while, I am a cat person. I love cats. And I used to have my cat on my truck with me. Her name was Diana. She was an awesome cat. And she passed away a few years ago. And yeah, so it kills me that happened. But, you know, it is what it is. Cats don't live forever, sadly. She was about, I think, 15 or 16 years old when she passed away. But anyhow, back to the point. I was excited about that, and so I told the recruiter that, you know, I love having cats, and we have some younger kittens at the house that were ferals that we've been taking care of, and I sent pictures of the recruiter of the cat, Osceola, which I showed in my last video that I wanted to bring out with me, and she's like, "Oh, that's awesome," and was telling me how great the pet policy was and everything else, and so I got excited. Originally, I was going to bring him to orientation with me, but I decided not to. That I would get him when I came back home. And so I get to orientation, and they're going through the whole spiel, and they explained to me that, yeah, they have a no cat policy. They only allow dogs. Dogs are the only pets they allow. Which really sucks. And, you know, had the recruiter not lied to me about that, it wouldn't be as much of a big deal because, you know, most trucking companies aren't very cat friendly. But still, it's the fact that she lied to me was the major factor. And then we, as orientation progresses, I also find out that they have driver-facing cameras in their trucks, which is a big no-no for me. Had I known that, I would have never even applied to that company. I am just diametrically opposed to involuntary driver-facing cameras for multiple reasons. One, those cameras only exist to throw the driver under the bus. That's really all they're there for. It's so the company can shift blame. It's also so they can micromanage everything we do when we are in the truck. It's also a major privacy violation because no matter how many times they say, "Oh, well, we only look at when an incident happens," that's not true. That camera activates all the time. I've had it activate while I was in the sleeper berth, and the truck was turned off, and it's activated and started actively recording. And, you know, God forbid, what if my wife was on my truck and we were having some happy fun time and the truck was bouncing around and it decided to start recording? Well, someone's going to see that video, and it's BS. We can't, they won't allow us to block the cameras, yada yada, so on and so forth. You know, and they're just so disingenuous with them. They raise your stress level. I mean, I've gotten calls for, you know, doing my vape while I was driving. Safety called me and said I was distracted driving or whatever. Taking a sip out of my soda, whatever, you know. And then not only that, the thing talks to you. it straight up, it talks to you. Like, I'll be driving down the road and it'll be like, "Driver not wearing seatbelt properly," and I have my seatbelt on perfectly fine, you know. and I'll pull it out and give the thing the finger or whatever. If I yawn, it'll say, "Please stay alert." It's like the thing just makes me want to fucking punch it. So that is strike 2. Strike 3, they screwed me out of pay. They don't really care. I haven't gotten detention once since I've been at this company. And at one place, I was stuck there for 18 hours, and I didn't get detention pay for that. Even though I requested it, I arrived to the customer on time, did everything correct, and yeah, they didn't pay me for it. Another instance was when that winter storm happened about a month ago. I was in Oklahoma. And I knew that the storm was going to be hitting Oklahoma and east. And I told the dispatcher that I wanted to go west or southwest just to avoid the storm. What does he do? He sends me a load to Nashville. And Nashville is supposed to be where the storm is the worst. Well, I was able to pick up that load early. And I was able to get within range of the delivery in time. And without even consulting me, without even talking to me, the company rescheduled the delivery date for 4 days later. 4 days. I was there, I was on time, I could have made the delivery, the place was open, but they rescheduled the delivery for 4 days later, and then they refused to give me layover pay for it. So I sat in Nashville for no reason for 4 days, and I didn't get paid for it. That is strike number 3, 4, and 5. Like, no, that is unacceptable. If I'm going to be sitting for 4 days, I'm going to want to sit at home, okay? And there's been further strikes since then. Right now, it is Thursday, February 19th. I am actually at home right now. And I wanted to be home on no later than the 13th. Because me and the wife had plans for Valentine's Day, and we were going to go do some stuff up in Orlando, have like a fancy date night, whatnot, where we got all dressed up and enjoyed ourselves. Because also the 18th was my birthday, I turned 45, and we were going to do like a dual holiday type thing. And my hometown request was the 13th to Tuesday, which I believe was the 17th. So, well, they didn't get me home until Sunday afternoon. Okay, and so I was like, okay, at that point, I'll head out on. Originally, I was going to plan to head out tonight, which is Thursday. And they called me up on Tuesday, which was going to be the original day I was going to head out, and they're like, "Oh, we got a load for you." I'm like, no, you guys got me home late. You know, I was out for a month and a half. I have like at least 5 days of home time accrued, so I'm going to take that. And they're like, oh, well, that's not how it works. You have to request that. I'm like, well, I did request that. I requested it when I put in my home time request over a month and a half ago that I wanted to be home for 5 days. And they're like, oh, well, no. And they're just being real douches about it. And so I told them, like, hey, I got a doctor's appointment on Thursday. That was as soon as I could get it. I need to get my medications refilled, yada, yada, yada. And eventually they relented. In reality, I'm taking this day to clean out my truck. I'm done. I'm emptying it out. I'm going to clean it out. And I am seeking alternate employment. So right now, the company I'm looking at going back to is I'm looking at going back to Swift as a lease operator. The program has changed quite a bit since I was there. There are better options with them now, and that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it'll work out. I'm tired of being a company driver. I'm tired of being micromanaged. I'm tired of being treated like a peon. And that was one good thing about the Swift lease operator program. They pretty much left you alone. And it's gotten even more so. From what I understand, they don't even do orientation anymore. And that's mainly because of the lawsuits they lost about misclassifying employees. So here's to hoping that it works out as good. But finishing out the application with them, they gotta finish a couple more checks, and then I gotta get a physical and drug test done, and then I can pretty much start with them wherever. So I'm waiting on that, and as soon as that gets approved, then I will give this company my notice, and they will recall me to Oklahoma City, and I can turn my truck in and get out of there. So I'm just going to have enough stuff in the truck that I can fit it all in a backpack and a duffel bag. And then Swift actually has a terminal in Oklahoma City, and I will go to that terminal and go from there. So yeah, I would not recommend Western Flyer to anyone. It's just the mentality of that company is something else. They talk about how they're a driver-owned company and they respect drivers, and it is quite the opposite. They govern you to 67 miles an hour. They micromanage the crap out of you. They don't let you idle the truck for nothing. Like it'll start an anti-idle countdown 60 seconds after you come to a stop, even if your brakes are released. Like, I'll be sitting at a stoplight and I've had the truck start doing the countdown on me. In fact, once I was at a really long red light, the truck turned off on me. It's just ridiculous, you know. They don't care. They don't care about us. My APU is having problems on the truck. It doesn't run. The air conditioner, I've told them multiple times, it'll run for about 10 minutes and then it shuts off. And I still can't idle my truck. You know, so it's ridiculous. I'm fed up, and I would not wish this company upon my worst enemy. The pay is all right, but everything surrounding it isn't worth it. And then they treat their lease operators the same they treat the company drivers. They make the lease operators have the cameras. They do all this micromanaging stuff with the lease operators. Lease operators can't even idle their trucks. I mean, it's insanity. So yeah, I'm good. I don't need that kind of BS in my life, and I would not wish that company upon anyone. I'm pretty sure they're circling the drain at this point anyway. So that's that. I will go ahead and post this up when I finally do leave the company. So I don't know, that should be in a few days, but like I said, the company watches your social media, and they are very nitpicky. I've heard of them firing drivers just for mentioning their name on a video, so that's that. Anyhow, I'll post more updates later. Till then, 7 threes.